It's now the beginning of December, and I just want to share a video that I filmed late summer, early autumn. Welcome to Pomfret's Pond. Because the garden's on a slope, when we get some heavy rain, it all comes down here and it's virtually a bog around the bottom of here, so I'm going to have to install some drainage pipe which is coiled up there behind under the leyland eye, and I've got half a ton of pea gravel here, and I've got some membrane to wrap round the piping to stop any small particles getting in. So the first job is to lay the piping out and mark out where to dig the trench, fold the turf back so that we can fold it back over after it's finished. So that's the piping laid out roughly, and I've sprayed the grass where the trenches need digging. So we'll try and peel the turf back, dig the trench, and then we can lap the turf back over. Shouldn't really be noticeable after a few cuts on the grass. My grandson's joined in now, so the trench is half done. Roxy's trying to join in as well. Roxy! End of the first day, quite a bit of carnage here. So we're down to the clay and the soil that's been dug out. We're going to mound around this conifer. Won't look out of place once it's patted down. So that's where we're up to. My grandson's done most of the work, and I'm going to tip him a few quid for it, but happy with it so far. So that's down to the clay. William's dug all the digging, and now we're putting down the membrane. Then we'll lay the pipe in the membrane and wrap it, and then put the gravel on top. I'm going to have to cut the pipe in the middle anyway to join it to the other pipe.
How do you want wrapping like that? Wrap it as tight as the pan?
Yeah. So that's the membrane, and the pipe's in. We'll just wrap the membrane around it. Yeah. I've just been to an industrial plastics company and I got this T, well, it's technically a T-piece, so that we can join the pipe that's coming down the hill to the pipe that's going across. I'll just sew it to the right size. It's 100mm. So that's how far we got, and there's a ton of pea gravel gone in there, and we've run out. So I'm now on my way to the Bilges Merchants to order another delivery. Delivery of pea gravel's just arrived. I just helped him direct him where I wanted it put it on the drive. and hopefully we'll get that barrowed round the back and continue with the work. So he's demolished that. They might just about be enough. I'll just take you through and see where he's up to. There's that left to do. We'll see how it goes. Just slightly short, so I'm going to go to builder supplies and I'll get about 3 to 4 bags of granite chippings just to finish it off, and they put it turf back on now. So this is the gravel grid that I'm going to put up the embankment, and basically it slots into each other like that, and then all these square sections get filled with gravel and it makes it into a solid gravel path. Got sick of sliding up and down the embankment, so this is the stuff I got off the internet. It links into each other, but because the embankment's uneven, I'm just going to even it up with some topsoil before I lay it. Roxy!
Moved on.
Just this slots in. I think I've got some tent pegs in garage. I'll just peg it down just to make sure it don't slide. Just fill it with gravel now and it should be spot on. So that's the finished article. No more slipping up and down embankment when I'm cleaning the filters.
Much better.
This evergreen shrub that was hiding the bakki shower, don't know if it's severe heat last summer or what, but it seems to have died off. I'll just show you a still photograph of what the front of the bakki shower looks like now that the bush isn't hiding it. I've got some of this plastic ivy left over. So that's covered it, made it inconspicuous until the plants entangle themselves and cover this bush, and then it'll be completely invisible. Next thing I need to do is get rid of all this grass and these buttercups. And I've dug this fern up from another part of the garden. That should go nicely next to the pond. We removed the baskets temporarily because the water iris overpowered it. They got too big. But the standard water plants that were in the baskets I've put at the bottom of the waterfall. The water iris I've put in these 2 tubs, and I'm going to keep watering and keep them dead wet through, so that hopefully they should survive. And then in the future we'll look at reinstating the baskets with smaller plants in. But in the meantime, the plants on the right are the plants that were in the basket. The plants on the left with weeds. So I'm going to remove these, this side, and I've kept some of the aquatic plants back. The roots are unintrusive, so they're not going to go into the brickwork. They literally just dip into the water for the nutrition. That's been in there a while, it's not rooted at all. So I'm going to pull this grass out of the embankments and them weeds. Then we'll stick this aquatic plant in and call it a day, I think. The fern's in. That's looking alright. When we came to remove the baskets, these two little koi here, they were half the size of that. And they were inside one of the baskets that had the soil tipped out of it because of the weight of the iris. So when they spawned last year and they smashed all the plants up, looks like they've laid the eggs in one of the baskets, and these two little fish survived the winter in one of the empty baskets that was floating. When I came to remove the baskets in spring, they were still in there. They've grown, they're twice the size now as they were then, but they're still only small. Right, that's all the aquatic plants right across the bottom of the waterfall, so we've got a bit of a little tiny bog filter really. Because they're out of the water though, the fish aren't going to smash them to pieces and they'll all sink to the bottom of the pond like last year. We shouldn't be able to get at them. Fish are settling down towards the bottom of the pond for the winter now. Hope you enjoyed the video. Your support is much appreciated, and thanks for watching Pomfret's Pond.